What are you doing?
The song is going, just dance. And I've been locked up in the car for, what, 10 hours?
So we are right now in the middle of a 3,000 mile. Somebody doesn't know how to have a right muffler on their car.
They got a really cool car. They want everybody to know it.
So we are right now in the middle of a 3,000 mile, 10-day round trip drive from Florida to New York and back. And here's the thing about riding in an RV. You could save a lot of money, or it could get a bit expensive.
Yeah.
So in today's video, we're gonna show you 5 ways that you can save money on an RV trip.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy campers.
After losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds.
We realized we had so much more energy for activities.
Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors.
And join us on a brand new adventure.
So like I said, you know, as you're traveling in an RV, it could be really expensive if you do the wrong thing. The next thing you know, you're spending tons of money on food and
souvenirs.
Oh my gosh, it could get ridiculous. So today we're gonna go over 5 ways that you can save money when you're going on an RV trip, specifically on the getting there and getting home. And right now we are at a Sheetz in Virginia, and that's gonna be number 1, which is your gas.
Yes.
You know what, whether you're riding with a gas truck or a diesel truck, you know, fuel can get very expensive. So tip number 1 is going to be join all the rewards clubs, right?
Yeah, because you never know what you're gonna run into, like where you're gonna need to take that potty break. And a lot of times it's usually like not even your gas gauge, but it's usually your hunger that's striking, or I have to stop and use the restroom, and you might as well get gas.
Right.
And if you get gas that way and you don't have a loyalty card for that particular gas station, you could pay big time prices.
And here's the thing, especially if you're driving in a gas truck like we are, there's a lot of different gas deals. For example, BJ's. BJ's is generally always cheaper gas than everybody around them, but if you get the BJ's credit card, you're gonna get an additional 10 cents off per gallon. And then you have Pilot. They have different deals. Now, if you're driving a diesel truck, diesel trucks in themselves have different types of discount programs. So our suggestion is get as many of the different discount clubs or gas credit cards as possible. Now, we are not advocating going into debt with gas credit cards.
No.
What we're saying is get the gas credit cards. They're going to give you 5 cents, 10 cents off per gallon, and then pay them off at the end of your trip just as if you were paying cash for it or using your debit card. But you know what? On a 3,000 mile trip, 10 cents a gallon, that's like an extra $35.
Yes.
So it could really add up.
So use credit cards, but don't let them use you.
So number 2, when planning your trip, try to avoid toll roads. So there are lots of different apps out there, and we actually use multiple ones. So we use things like The Dirt, which is actually going to allow you to put in everything you can think of, like how heavy is your trailer, how tall is your trailer. You can put in how many miles per gallon you get, and you can even put in how far you want to drive in between stops, and it's going to tell you all the great places to stop. But then I also use Google Maps and I use Apple Maps. Now, the reason I use all these different ones is, interestingly enough, they all give me different routes. Like Apple Maps will generally give me the fastest route unless you go in and tell it to avoid toll roads or something like that. Whereas Google Maps will give me completely different routes, and then it'll say, well, this one has tolls and this one doesn't. So whenever possible, we try to avoid tolls. Why? Tolls can get expensive, especially when you're towing a trailer. So the way most states work is, let's say the toll is $3. You pay $3 for your car, but then you pay $3 for each additional axle. So whenever possible, we try to avoid toll roads. Now, sometimes it's not worth it to avoid a toll road. If avoiding a toll road is gonna add an hour and a half onto my trip, or maybe an extra 100 miles, then it's probably not worth it, because what you're saving on the tolls, you're probably spending on gas and wear and tear. But the best thing to do is look at all different kinds of apps and then compare them all. And then you know the best roads to go, you know where you should stop, and again, you know which roads will have tolls and which ones won't.
So number 3, don't forget about your beverages. We like to pack a cooler so that we don't have to buy drinks when we're on the road, but if you want to have a fountain drink, or in case the entire family wants a fountain drink in the case of Joe's Soda, or you need a refill on your coffee, these things are great. And even if the gas station won't let you refill your actual cup, they'll usually let you pour from one of their cups into your cup, and then all you have to do is pay for the refill price. So to go along with number 3 is number 4, and that has to do with bringing your own food. Now you have a refrigerator and freezer and stove and probably some pots and pans in your camper. Use them. You don't want to be stopping for food. It will rack up a ton of money every single time you stop at a restaurant. And if you're eating a bunch of fast food, that is going to make your trip miserable, because it's not going to make your tummy feel good. So bring along some things that you could either eat cold, microwave, cook on the stove, so you're ready to have food right out of your RV no matter what your electric situation is. So number 5, try to make your stops someplace where it's free. It's no secret, we love Harvest Host. In fact, right now we're staying at the James River Cellars Winery here in Southern Virginia.
Yeah, Harvest Host is awesome because, first of all, it allows you to find places that you never would have known of, like this winery here in Virginia, just a couple of miles off of I-95, completely free to stay at. All you have to do is be a member of Harvest Host. Now, we do have a link down below for Harvest Host. We absolutely love it because for just a few dollars a year, you get access to thousands of wineries and farms and museums. I mean, right down the road, there's actually a tractor museum. You can also, for a couple dollars more, stay at golf courses. Now, our link down below will actually get you 15% off of your membership, but it's just a great way to travel because as you're driving, you find these different places you don't know of. You can pull over, stop there for free, go into the shop, explore something, and it's just an awesome way to travel for free. Now, if you don't want to be a member of a Harvest Host, or maybe you can't find something in your area, you also can have access to places like Walmart or Cracker Barrel. Just download some of the apps that'll tell you all of the different ones where you can stay for free. Well, that is going to be 5 ways that you can save money when you're on an RV road trip.
Why are we standing here with all of this road noise?
Because we actually have a couple of bonus tips, and one of them has to do with that sign right there.
This teeny tiny sign you can barely see?
The one that you see advertisements for 300 miles before you get here. And that is, don't fall for the different places like this that are nothing but tourist traps.
Because you're gonna spend a ton of money and it's not as cool as it looks on the sign.
Yeah, don't fall for places like this. You know, all you're gonna do is spend a bunch of excess money. It's kind of like going to the gift shop in the theme park. Did you ever notice that every ride empties out into a gift shop? Rachel's actually got a really good tip on how to deal with those.
If you are planning out your trip ahead of time and you know, hey, I'm gonna be passing, you know, alligator farms, a llama place, I'm gonna be, you know, passing all kinds of theme parks that maybe have like Superman or a certain mouse on them, make sure that you start ahead of time, pack your suitcase, pack your backpack with some Dollar Tree toys that are sort of themed to the things that you're going to be passing by. That way, when you pass by one of these roadside attractions, the kids won't bother you to stop if you can hand them something new. It has to be a toy that they've never seen before, but it would be way better for you to get like a dollar themed sticker pack with tigers on it than to have to actually pull over for the Tiger King on the side of the road.
Now, we do have one more little bonus, and this one isn't so much about saving money, but it kind of saves you money. It more though saves you time, and that is when you do have to pull over for gas or filling up your drinks or, you know, getting something out of the restroom, wait until you get to an exit where you have an easy on, easy off. You know, so you usually see signs way ahead of time for a gas station coming up, and look for the exits where you can see the gas station right there, from example, I-95. You don't want to have to get off and drive 3 or 4 miles. That's more gas that you're going to spend, more time, more aggravation. You may have to make a U-turn somewhere. Look for the easy off, easy on places, and you'll be much happier. Now, let us know down in the comment section if we missed any other ways that you can save money. I'm sure there's lots of ways you can save money. And also, hit that like button down below because it really lets us know what kind of content you're looking for. Now, please do us a favor, hit that subscribe button down below.
And don't forget to hit the little bell button, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
From a very noisy I-95, happy camping.